Hello everybody. So in this video I'm going to cover up all the writing portion that is going to come in your assessments, and majorly we have three writing portions here. The first one is your picture composition, the second is your writing composition, that means you'll be given a topic and you have to write about it, and the third one is the story writing. Okay, so the first one is a picture composition. All of these topics I have already discussed in our classes, but then too I thought of making a video separately so that in case you need it, you have not attended the classes, then it becomes easy for you to understand. Okay, so picture composition is majorly, I have already discussed what is a picture composition. In that you get a picture, and in that picture there is something, and you then are asked to write a few lines or a paragraph about the picture. Okay, so for example, if this is a picture, and like this, right, what I'm doing and something written on the board is a picture, and you have to compose a picture composition based on this. Okay, so since I'm your English teacher, first of all you will give a suitable title to your picture composition. Okay, so first part we are going to discuss about picture composition. So in order to write a picture composition, taking this as example, the first thing that you should do is a keen observation. That means you have to observe the picture very carefully. You have to write down all the observations in the form of pointers, and then after writing all the observations, you come into a paragraph composition. Okay, so the first thing in this picture, right now you see me, this is a picture, suppose, and we are taking this as example. So in a picture composition, what many things you see your English teacher who's teaching, and there's something written on the board, and the teacher is wearing a yellow dress and spectacles, and there are curtains at the back. The place looks like the teacher is in the staff room, in the class. Okay, so all these things they are going to write down in the form of a pointer. Like I make pointers for you, like this point, this point, this point, this point, I make pointers for you. Similarly, you have to make observation pointers for your picture composition. Okay, once you have written all the observation pointers, then you're going to frame them into particular words, that means into sentences. Okay, so you have to frame sentences. Alright, so we were discussing about picture composition. Okay, so once you observe the image, then you write in the pointers, and then you frame it into paragraph and sentences. Okay, the next thing that you should keep in mind is a suitable theme for the or suitable title for the picture. For example, in this picture composition, the title can be My English Teacher. Okay, it can be this title. So you have to first observe the picture, then you see, and whatever vibes you get, like whatever you think is going on, then you take it as a title of the composition. Next you should keep in mind is, while writing a picture composition, you should try to keep all the sentences into present tense. That means this is happening. Okay, something which has happened is not to be written in the picture composition. Let me tell you, in this picture composition, the title is going to be My English Teacher. Okay, then you have to begin with, my English teacher is Ma'am Nitchi. She is teaching in the class. She is wearing a yellow dress along with brown spectacles. So you have you see, I'm not saying that she wore a yellow dress and she was teaching in the class. No, she is teaching, she is wearing. So I'm talking everything in the present tense. So whenever you are framing sentences, try to take it in the present tense. Okay, so these are the three things that you should keep in mind while writing picture composition. The first one is, you have to have a good observation about the picture. The second thing is, you have to write down your observations, pointers, and then on the basis of those observations you frame sentences. Okay, and then you write a paragraph. The third thing that you should keep in mind is, you have to give a suitable title to the picture. That means whatever you see in the picture, you feel like this title is going to be more suitable, so you give it a title. Okay, the next thing and the last is, while writing a picture composition, you should try to keep it into the present tense. That means whatever is happening, you try to write the sentences into that. This is happening, this is playing, this is speaking. So everything has to be in the present tense. Okay, the second thing that we are going to discuss about is writing composition. Writing composition we have already been doing. My family, my mother, my friends, my favorite cartoon, all these are writing compositions. In this you simply write about the topic. That means you have been given a topic and you write about it. For example, I give you a topic as mobile phone. Okay, so if I have given you this topic as a mobile phone, you're going to write picture composition on. Then you will start with, I have a mobile phone which is black in color. The mobile phone has, or it has made our work very simple. It helps me to do my classes and record my lectures. It is very useful if I do not get any word meaning or anything, any concept about. So I search on the Google and then I get the answer. So you see how you write a picture composition is how you describe the title. That means whatever topic is given to you, you write about it, you describe about it, then you tell the people, okay? That is a writing composition, okay? This is very clear. The third and the last thing that we are going to have today is story writing. Okay, so what is a story writing? Story writing we have already been doing since ages. We tell stories like, mama, my stomach's aching, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to study, my head is aching. So all these are stories, right? So story composition also has certain rules. Okay, you have to follow a bit of rules in order to write a good story. Okay, so the first thing that you should keep in mind while writing a story is you have to give it a suitable title. Yeah, so what can be a suitable title for the story? For example, you have heard of the story Cinderella. Okay, so the whole story was about the character Cinderella, and whatever happens to her in her life, everything was about Cinderella. Okay, so the title of the whole story was Cinderella only. So whenever you are writing the title for the story, you write it as the name of the character maybe, or something which is like Akbar and Birbal. You can give it a title if the story is about Akbar and Birbal. So usually whenever you write a story, you give it a title from the name of the characters. To characters whatever are there in the story, you try to take the main character and you can give it the name of the main character. For example, Peter Pan's story, Harry Potter storybooks, so many storybooks and movies we have seen. So why is the name Harry Potter? Harry Potter because the whole story is about Harry Potter only. So that is why it is the title is Harry Potter. Okay, so giving a story a good title is the first important thing. Okay, without a title, without a name, you cannot just start writing everything, right? You should know the name. Then the second thing that you should keep in mind while writing a story is you try to make it interesting by introducing dialogues. Okay, we have already had talk about this. So dialogues, when we talk about a dialogue, then this is how I have written one example of a dialogue here. My sister said, come, let's play. So this is a whole dialogue. Okay, and dialogue, when you write in a story, then it becomes like, for example, there's a dialogue said in the story, the crow, the thirsty crow. Okay, the crow, after seeing the pot, he says, oh, I finally found a pot. So see, whenever you're writing a dialogue, it gives you expressions. Okay, or you can say that dialogues give more perk or more interest to the story. That means they give us expressions, and with expressions, if you say, then it becomes very good, right? If your mom is telling some story, if I'm speaking like, I have to tell this story, so I'm telling you this story, and this is how you're going to write the story, writing the pointers are like this. So if I do like this, you will be bored after some time. Like, ma'am to is speaking like a robot. But I'm not like a robot. I speak with expressions, right? Whenever we are talking to each other, whenever I'm explaining to you something, I speak with expressions also. So that is why story writing, my expressions are very important. Okay, so expressions are very important, and in order to write expressions, you have to write dialogues. So dialogues are always written within inverted commas. This is the very important thing that you should know, that whenever you're writing a dialogue, like somebody has said something to you, say ab ghar pe jaake you tell your mama ki ma'am ne whatever ma'am has said today. Like if I say you, if you don't do your work, if you don't do your homework, I'm not going to allow you in the class. So you are going to tell your mother that mama, ma'am has said, if you don't do your work, I'm not going to allow you in the class. This is how you're going to express to your parents, right? So when you're telling that something has been conveyed, the exact words if you are telling, like जो मैम ने बोला वही उठा करके you are telling your parents, then you use inverted commas. Okay, see, inverted commas begin and inverted commas closed. Okay, so there I have enclosed my name with the inverted commas. Nitshi I have written, then I have begin the name with inverted commas and I have closed the name with inverted commas. So this is how you do it. 66 is how you begin the inverted comma. 99 is how you end the inverted comma. And inverted commas are used to say the dialogues. Dialogues बोलने के लिए we use inverted commas. Okay. Okay, so dialogues are very important for a story. Okay, then the next thing is, to make a story good, we should try to have like if the story is about cars, or if the story is about a bag. If the story is about a bag, okay, if you want to write a story about a bag, you will simply write like, one day there was a bag and he was very upset that people used to keep everything in him. And then out of anger he said, today I'm not going to carry any load. So this is how you're going to write a story about a bag, whereas bag cannot speak. You know, bags cannot speak, right? But when you write a story, you try to try to make the audience or somebody who is watching your story believe that the bag has started speaking. Okay, so you give life to your characters. Okay, so this is another story writing technique, that if you want to write some story about a non-living thing, that means which is not able to speak, then too you write it as if they are speaking. Okay, the next thing is, the very important thing that I want to discuss here is how to write a story using outlines. Okay, outlining of the story, and then how to write a story using outline. Okay, so what is an outline? How do we write? So this is we are going to discuss on the board. Okay, so this is the outline of a story. There's a story and I have written the outline of the story. Now I will tell you how to use outline to create a story. Okay, so this is the outline of a story. That means we have been given the story into parts. That means story को parts में इन्होंने हमें दे दिया है, like in a sequence. That this is the first thing which is the character. Then this happens. After that this happens, and after that this and this, and this is how it goes. Okay, sequentially. All right. So now let us begin with the story writing. Okay. So how we are going to write sentences on the basis of the outlines. Okay. Fox. So there was a fox. Hungry. That means he was hungry. So there was a fox and he was very hungry. Okay. In order to search for food, he was roaming here and there. Then saw grapes. After some time, the fox or he saw some grapes. Jumps to grab them. The grapes were high, so the fox jumped up and down so as to grab the grapes. Okay, after that cannot get them. So what are you going to write? After trying so many times, the fox was not able to get them or couldn't get them. Very sad. And at the end, the fox becomes very sad because he couldn't get the grapes. Then he tried to console himself by saying the grapes are sour. Okay, so console means, console मतलब खुद को दिलासा देना. Like if you cannot eat something, you say खराब होएगा. This is bad. Okay, so console means to console, like खुद को मनाना. Okay, so he was very sad and he consoled himself by saying the grapes are sour. He thought कि अभी तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते, तो अपने आप को उसने समझाया कि कोई बात नहीं, Foxy, no issues. Think of it as a grapes are sour. अंगूर खट्टे हैं, मीठे ही नहीं, तो अगर हम खट्टे खाते तो भी पेट नहीं भरता, तो ऐसे ही सोच के भूल जाओ. And then he goes back home but hungry. Okay, so this is a story, grapes are sour, or you can write the hungry fox also. The title of the story can be a hungry fox. And this is the outline of the story. That means the story has been given into parts, in which this is the first thing that comes, this is the second thing, this is the third. Like this, every part is coming. This is fourth, this is fifth, So similarly, this is a sequence of the whole story, okay? So whenever this sequence has to be followed, this outline will be given, you will follow the sequence like this, then you will write the whole story with your own words. You can use these, okay? So this is how you decode one outline into a story. I hope this is clear. And this is how you write the story, okay? And you try to write dialogues also. The fox became very sad, and he said to himself, Foxy, no matter what, the grapes are sour, so even if you would have got it, you couldn't eat, okay? So this is how you're going to write the story. So I hope everybody has made this clear, how to write a story, how to write picture composition, and how to write what else, story writing composition, right? So that is all for today. Please watch this video till the end, and I hope if you have watched it, then you must know now everything. And if there is any doubt, we can clear in the class, obviously. That is all for today. Goodbye, take care, hasta la vista.